Have you ever wondered what it feels like to be born in the wrong body? To feel trapped and suffocated by a gender that does not match your true self? To face discrimination, harassment, and violence for being who you are? To long for love and acceptance, but fear rejection and betrayal? This is the story of Ella, a trans woman who went through all these hardships and more, but never gave up on her dreams and happiness. Ella is a brave, beautiful, and successful woman who has found her true love and her true self. She is an inspiration and a hope for many people who struggle with their gender identity and their place in the world. In this video, we will follow Ella's journey of self-discovery, love, and empowerment. We will learn how she overcame the challenges and obstacles that life threw at her, and how she became the person she always wanted to be. We will also learn how we can support and celebrate the trans community, and why their stories matter. Ella was born as a boy named Elliot, but she always felt different from other boys. She liked playing with dolls, dressing up, and doing her hair and nails. She felt more comfortable and happy around girls, and felt a strong connection with them. She did not understand why she had to wear boys' clothes, use boys' bathrooms, and act like a boy. She felt like she was living a lie, and that something was wrong with her. When she was 12, she learned about the term transgender, and realized that it described her perfectly. She knew that she was a girl, and that she wanted to live as one. She decided to tell her parents, hoping that they would understand and support her. But to her dismay, they reacted with anger, disbelief, and disgust. They told her that she was sick, confused, and sinful. They tried to force her to be a boy, and to suppress her feminine feelings and expressions. They took her to doctors, therapists, and priests, who tried to cure her and fix her. They isolated her from her friends, and subjected her to verbal and physical abuse. Ella felt alone, scared, and hopeless. She hated herself, and wished she could die. She tried to run away from home, but was caught and punished. She tried to kill herself, but was saved and hospitalized. She felt like she had no future, and no reason to live. But then, something changed. She met a counselor who was kind and compassionate, and who listened to her and validated her. She told her that she was not sick, confused, or sinful, but that she was a normal and beautiful person who deserved respect and dignity. She told her that she had the right to be herself, and to pursue her happiness. She told her that she was not alone, and that there were other people like her who understood her and supported her. She introduced her to a support group of trans youth, who became her friends and her family. Ella felt a spark of hope and courage. She decided to fight for her life, and for her identity. She started to take hormones, and to change her appearance and her name. She started to dress, act, and speak as a girl. She started to feel more confident and comfortable in her own skin. She started to feel more alive and free. She also decided to stand up to her parents, and to demand their respect and acceptance. She told them that she was not their son, but their daughter, and that they had to love her for who she was, not for who they wanted her to be. She told them that she was not going to change, and that they had to change their attitude and their behavior. She told them that she was not going to let them hurt her, and that she was going to live her life on her own terms. Her parents were shocked and hurt by her defiance, but they also realized that they had lost her trust and her love. They realized that they had to make a choice, to lose their child, or to embrace their child. They decided to try to understand and support her, and to rebuild their relationship with her. They apologized for their mistakes, and asked for her forgiveness. They started to call her by her chosen name, and to use the correct pronouns. They started to buy her clothes and accessories that she liked, and to celebrate her milestones and achievements. They started to see her as their daughter, and to love her as their daughter. Ella was surprised and touched by their change of heart, but she also felt cautious and wary. She did not trust them easily, and she did not forgive them quickly. She needed time and space to heal from the trauma and the pain that they had caused her. She needed proof and consistency to see that they were sincere and genuine. She needed respect and boundaries to feel safe and comfortable. She needed love and affirmation to feel valued and accepted. Gradually, Ella and her parents started to mend their broken bond, and to form a new and stronger one. They started to communicate and listen to each other, and to learn and grow from each other. They started to appreciate and celebrate each other, and to support and protect each other. They started to become a real and happy family. Ella had always dreamed of finding love, and of sharing her life with someone who would love her unconditionally. She wanted to have a partner who would respect her, understand her, and cherish her. She wanted to have a partner who would make her laugh, make her smile, and make her feel special. She wanted to have a partner who would be her best friend, her lover, and her soulmate. But finding love was not easy for Ella. She faced many challenges and difficulties in the dating world, especially as a trans woman. She faced stigma and prejudice from people who did not accept her or respect her. She faced ignorance and curiosity from people who did not understand her or know her. She faced fetishization and objectification from people who did not value her or love her. She faced rejection and betrayal from people who did not want her or stay with her. Ella dated many people, but none of them were right for her. Some of them were rude and mean, and treated her like a freak or a joke. Some of them were nice and polite, but treated her like a friend or a teacher. Some of them were hot and horny, but treated her like a toy or a fantasy. Some of them were sweet and romantic, but treated her like a secret or a burden. Ella felt frustrated and disappointed. She felt like she was wasting her time and energy, and risking her heart and soul. She felt like she was giving too much, and getting too little. She felt like she was settling for less, and deserving more. She felt like she was looking for love, but finding none. She decided to stop dating, and to focus on herself. She decided to work on her career, her hobbies, and her passions. She decided to improve her skills, her knowledge, and her talents. She decided to pursue her goals, her dreams, and her happiness. She decided to love herself, and to be herself. She also decided to join a trans support group, where she met other trans people who shared their stories, their experiences, and their advice. She learned from them, and she helped them. She felt a sense of belonging and community, and a sense of pride and empowerment. She made new friends, and she had fun. She felt a sense of joy and fulfillment, and a sense of peace and harmony. It was in this support group that she met her soulmate, a trans man named Ethan. Ethan was handsome, smart, and kind. He was funny, charming, and confident. He was gentle. It was in this support group that she met her soulmate, a trans man named Ethan. Ethan was handsome, smart, and kind. He was funny, charming, and confident. He was gentle, caring, and loyal. He was everything that Ella had ever wanted, and more. Ethan felt the same way about Ella. He was attracted to her beauty, her intelligence, and her personality. He admired her courage, her strength, and her resilience. He respected her identity, her choices, and her goals. He loved her for who she was, and for who she wanted to be. He loved her unconditionally, and wholeheartedly. They started to talk and hang out, and they felt a strong connection and chemistry. They had a lot in common, and they also complemented each other. They understood each other, and they also challenged each other. They supported each other, and they also inspired each other. They were compatible, and they were also passionate. They decided to date, and they felt a deep and lasting love. They enjoyed each other's company, and they also shared each other's interests. They made each other laugh, and they also made each other cry. They comforted each other, and they also excited each other. They were happy, and they were also fulfilled. They faced some difficulties and obstacles, such as prejudice, ignorance, and discrimination from some people who did not accept them or their relationship. They also faced some doubts and fears, such as insecurity, jealousy, and anxiety from their own insecurities and past experiences. But they overcame them together, with honesty, trust, and communication. They stood by each other, and they defended each other. They reassured each other, and they affirmed each other. They were loyal, and they were also faithful. They decided to get married, and they felt a blissful and eternal bond. They exchanged vows, and they also exchanged rings. They kissed, and they also hugged. They celebrated, and they also thanked. They were partners, and they were also spouses. They decided to start a family, and they felt a joyful and wonderful blessing. They adopted 2 children, a boy and a girl, who were also trans. They loved them, and they also nurtured them. They taught them, and they also learned from them. They guided them, and they also encouraged them. They were parents, and they were also friends. Ella had achieved her dreams and goals. She had a successful career as a lawyer, who fought for the rights and justice of the trans community. She had a happy family as a wife and a mother, who loved and cared for her husband and her children. She had a fulfilling life as a woman and a person, who was proud and confident of her identity and her achievements. Ella had also become an advocate and a role model for the trans community. She shared her story and her message with the world, through books, podcasts, and speeches. She raised awareness and education about the trans issues and challenges, and also about the trans achievements and contributions. She promoted acceptance and celebration of the trans diversity and beauty, and also of the trans strength and courage. She inspired and empowered many trans people, and also many cis people, to be themselves and to love themselves. Ella was happy and grateful. She was happy for the life that she had, and for the life that she had created. She was grateful for the people who had helped her, and for the people who had loved her. She was happy and grateful for being Ella. Ella's story is a true love story, not only of her love for Ethan, but also of her love for herself. Ella's story is a story of self-discovery, self-acceptance, and self-expression. Ella's story is a story of overcoming challenges, achieving goals, and finding happiness. Ella's story is a story of hope, courage, and empowerment. Ella's story is important and inspiring, because it shows us that we can be who we are, and that we can be happy. It shows us that we can love who we love, and that we can be loved. It shows us that we can live our dreams, and that we can make a difference. It shows us that we are not alone, and that we are not less. It shows us that we are beautiful, and that we are worthy. Ella's story is also important and inspiring, because it teaches us how to support and celebrate the trans community. It teaches us to respect and honor their identity and their choices. It teaches us to listen and learn from their stories and their experiences. It teaches us to appreciate and value their diversity and their beauty. It teaches us to stand and fight with them for their rights and their justice. It teaches us to love and accept them for who they are, and for who they want to be. Ella's story is a true love story, and it is a story that matters.